Getty. What's that? Hey. Say darn spell check. Getty. No, what if I start saying it every time I got on? That would be too much. My eyebrows kind of look good right now. I'm getting them done tomorrow. Thank the Lord. You had the day off. That's good. The day was pretty good. I have something really cool that I'm putting together. You're my favorite person too, Eli. All of you are. I have some I'm putting together for y'all, which I'm really excited about. So keep stay tuned. Oh, you live in Louisville. Pond and Needles. Oh yeah. Pins and Needles about the Breonna Taylor case. Yeah, I completely understand that. Completely. I went to Kentucky. I went to school in Frankfurt, and I actually went to UK for like a year and a half. Hey Yara. I'm gonna wait about one more minute, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you all for following me, sharing my content, interacting with my content. Y'all just don't know how much this means to me. Like I wake up every morning smiling. I was like crying yesterday because after I got off the live, like I had jumped like 2,000 followers. You AOC right there in Frankfurt. Oh, okay, cool. Um, I was just in tears because I'm so humbled that you all are like following me, interacting with me, coming on my live. Should you start an online business for young girls? Girl, yes. Yes. And then when you do it, we will partner together. Okay? We will do that. I'm telling y'all, I got some stuff I'm working for y'all. I got some stuff and I can't wait. Um, this is the moment I've been waiting on for like literally years. I've been waiting for this. So I'm super excited to be on here with y'all. Oh, thank you, Ella. I appreciate it. You beautiful too. Why are you sad? Says Ella is sad. Don't be sad. Change it to Ella is happy. All right. We're gonna get started. Now remember, if you have any questions that don't deal with what I'm talking about today and it's personal, if you don't see that I take a break to stop and answer it, if it's personal, inbox me. Like I had a ton of people inbox me yesterday and I talked to all of them. So um, I don't mind taking questions. Like people, listen, y'all, I'm not famous. I'm not up here. Like I'm right here with y'all. Okay? I have more followers now. That's cool. But I'm still on the same level with y'all. I know how it feels to want somebody to reach out to me. I know how it feels to have somebody respond to me. And not only that, I enjoy doing it. Like I want to help y'all. Because like I said before, my whole purpose, I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes I made. I don't want y'all to go through some of the same stuff I had to go through at all, period. So if y'all have real questions and y'all need my advice, I will tell you. Now, tips for my curls aren't defining. I got you. Inbox me, I'll tell you. Now, there are some questions. My first response, you have your inbox off, it says. No, I don't have it off. It's not off at all. If you follow me, let me make sure I follow you back. Let me double check. Hey Dale, Dale Scott. So, what was I saying? Inbox me and let me know your question. Let me know what you have questions about. If you can't get me on here, if you have an Instagram, my Instagram is linked in my bio. So hit me up over there too. And I respond to those as well. Okay, so let's get started. So today we are talking about letting go. Deleski. I got you. Deleski. I'll never mess it up again. I got you, Deleski. Like, how people put names together. I'm sorry. Deleski. I got you. I got you. All right. They're not inbox me. We'll talk about it. I got a few people saying that to me. Inbox me, your mama stink. You're welcome, Deleski. All right. So we're talking about letting go and not just letting go of bad friendships, but also letting go of bad relationships, toxic relationships. Now, I want to recap my video where I talked about 3 ways to know if your friendship is toxic. Okay, Bree Bree, I got you. Inbox me, Bree Bree. 3 ways to know your friendship is toxic. And I'm going to do a relationship, how to know your relationship is toxic tomorrow because I realized I didn't do that. How to know your friendship is toxic. Let me just remind you 3 ways. First, if they talk about everybody to you, that means they're probably talking about you to everybody else. Anybody that so easily talks about somebody else, like it just comes natural, and they're just all the time telling you about somebody's business, they're doing the same thing about you to somebody else they call a friend. Believe me, been there, done that. Okay. Number 2, If your friendship is up and down on a consistent basis, like one day y'all cool, the next day she don't like you. One day y'all straight, or the next week, like y'all not talking, you don't even know why she mad at you. That is a toxic friendship because it's up and down. It's got your emotions up and down. It's got your confidence up and down. No, that's toxic. Number three, if they try to convince you to do bad things on a consistent basis or do things that they know goes against what you believe or goes against what you know to be good for yourself, and even breaking the rule, like blatantly breaking the rules, and they try to bring you on a consistent basis, that is a toxic friend. They're trying to take you over your boundaries, and you do not need that in your life. The reason why is because if one day you get nervous about like letting a friend go and you decide to go and cross that line, there are sometimes there are cases where you will not come back from that line. So if you in third grade and your best friend at the time is saying, let's sneak into here, let's go do this, let's go do this, and all third grade you tell her no, and then one day she says, well, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Then you go and you do it because you're missing out on your friend. Hey, dispersed human, I got you. Then you go and do it. Now you're in trouble. Now that since you crossed that line, and in your mind you said, "Well, I've already crossed this line. I can go ahead and cross another line." Or you keep setting limits on yourself, or you keep setting your own boundaries, and then you end up going over them again. Trust me, I did the same exact thing when it came to how I was active in my relationships. I went from one level to another level, and that's something we'll talk about another time. You got rid of a toxic, your mom says you're rude. No, you need to explain to her why. Let her know what happened. And you know what? It's so crazy about that. So after I got married, right? My mom kept bringing up an ex to me. But little did she know that there was so much drama attached to him that I found out from someone else. Listen, okay, go watch a video. Very good job. Good choice. Hey, Trinity. Little did she know that the very ex she was bringing up was breaking hearts all wherever he was living. She had no clue that was going on. And so because of that, you want to let people know, you want to let your parents know, look, I know you think I'm mean, but let me tell you what's really going on. And sometimes mom be like, hey, let's squad up. No, they ain't gonna say that. Hopefully they don't say that. They might, but tell her, no, it's all right, mom. I handled it. It's gone. Okay. So those are your three ways to know if it's a toxic friend. Now, these are the ways you let go. You had a crush on a boy, but it turned out he was sexually harassing all the girls. Ooh, I'm glad you let him go, Alexis. He got to go. All right. So, how to let go. So, first, we want to give them a chance to fix it. That's good. That's good, Scarlett. You want to give your friend a chance to fix it because everybody deserves a second chance. Even you. You deserve chance after chance after chance. God gives us chance after chance after chance, right? So you want to approach your friend because you're friends and you want to say, hey, I don't really like that you did this. Or, hey, I heard that you've been talking about me and I really want to sit down and figure out why, because we're supposed to be friends. We're supposed to be close. And me hearing that you're talking about me behind my back ain't cool. So I just want to know if we cool on every level. Now, if that person says, yes, I've been talking about you. No, I don't want to talk about it. Time to go. It's time for them to go. And some friends will say that because some friends don't want to change. Some people don't like to be called to the carpet. That's why some of you will inbox me and I'll say, look, real talk. And when I'm saying real talk, that means I'm probably going to say something you may not like. But if it's the truth, then we have to come to the table with the truth. The truth sets everybody free. If somebody doesn't want to face the truth and you're trying to do better, you being on this live, listening to me saying all of this, some of you saying you've already cut off people that were toxic in your life, you're trying to be better. And so you want everybody else to be better around you as well. Good. I'm glad you cut her off. Thank you. Who's that? Anaya. Thank you. So you want to give them a chance. If they don't want that chance, then we're gonna move on and we're gonna get over it. I'm gonna show you how to get over it. Number two, if let's say you say, hey, I want to talk about it. You talk about it, and y'all are like, she's like, I'll never talk about you again. I got you, friend. And you like, all right, cool, sis, we good. And then you hear she doing it again. She's called a repeat offender. Okay. In the courts, a repeat offender after 3 strikes stays in jail for an extended period of time. So we're going to use the same example here. If you have a conversation and your friend continues to talk about you behind your back, they continue to be up and down in your friendship. One minute y'all cool, the next minute y'all not, the next minute y'all cool, the next minute y'all not, or they continue to keep trying to tempt you to do things you shouldn't be doing, that's called a repeat offender. After you've had the, because you gave them a chance, right? We gave them the chance, which is what we should always do. We want to give people a chance to get better because we want chances to get better. After we give them a chance, they failed again. They're a repeat offender. Now it's time to cut them off. And the reason why, and so many people have said it, you start feeling more confident about making that decision. You get those people out of your ear. This girl online bullied you when she was in your school and you told the principal you lost the argument. Block her. If your friend's not listening, I mean, they not listening. You have to let them learn on their own. Like when a baby gets close to a hot stove and the mom says, "Don't touch that, you'll hurt yourself," and they touch it anyway and they get burned, they learn that the stove is hot. She still bullies you on YouTube, block her on YouTube. Stop following on YouTube. Like at some point, we have to stop going to the places where we know people are bullying us. If I know she is bullying me on her YouTube, I'm not going to YouTube. Hey, Dwight, I'm not going to YouTube. If I know that they're talking about me over in that group chat, I'm not going to the group chat. And I said this yesterday. It is all a choice. It's a choice. Are you going to continue to put yourself in an atmosphere and keep yourself in a friendship and in a relationship? Hey, Nicole, or yeah, I think Nicole. Are you going to keep putting yourself in a friendship or relationship where you know you're not being built up? Like your friends should be gassing you up to be your best self. Your friends should be the one that call you to the carpet and say, "Hey, I wouldn't do that. Like that's not a good look. Let's not do that. Let's try to do something else." Your best friend should be the one. Your friend should be the one to pull you up when you're crying and keep all of that between y'all. They don't need to tell everybody you crying. They don't need to tell everybody you upset. They don't need to tell everybody your business. That's a real friend. Your friend ever told you she was dating your ex? I mean, it's your ex. So you have two choices. Either you're gonna stop being a friend because you might still have feelings for the guy, or you get over it because that's your ex. And it's a reason y'all broke up, and she probably gonna experience the same thing. So if anything, go to her and say, "This is why we broke up." And then she was avoiding the situation. She was trying to keep it a secret from you. You might need to talk to her about it. All right, so after she becomes a repeat offender, then it's time to cut them off. Like we have to say, and we do it in a respectful way. So the same way we sat down and gave them a chance, is it okay to be alone because me and your best? Yes, that's perfectly fine. And it's time, and you can work on you. And I'm gonna talk about that too. So arguments are normal in friendships. Arguments are normal, but it also depends on what was said. Because if she pulling up stuff that she been feeling about you, y'all got to talk that out. So after you've given them a chance, and they continue to become a repeat offender, what you want to do is you want to go to them respectfully and say, "You know what?" And be brave enough to do this. Don't be afraid. This is stuff I should have done when I was your age, but I didn't. I didn't. I did not do this when I was your age. I wish I would have. Have enough confidence within yourself to say, "I'm worthy of a good friend." Say that to yourself right now. I'm worthy of a good friend. You don't have to have bad friends. You don't deserve a bad friend. Even if you've been a bad friend in the past, you don't deserve a bad friend. You deserve a good friend. You are worthy of a good friend. If she's laughing at you and little things you do, cut. Talk to her first, then cut. Okay, if you told her, cut. Hey, Laurie. So we don't want to keep those people around us. So we sit them down again and we say, "Hey, remember that conversation we had where I told you the things that I really didn't like that you were doing with me as a friend? Oh, yeah, I remember that conversation. I've been cool." "No, you haven't. You did this again, and I really didn't like that you did that. That made me uncomfortable. That kind of made me upset." So I would ask, or not I would ask, I suggest that we either take a break as friends or that we shouldn't continue in our friendship. We can be nice to each other, we can be cordial to each other, but right now I need a good friend in my life because of where I am, and I deserve a good friend, and you're not being a good friend to me right now. And because of that, I think we should part ways. And she may have a whole attitude. Fine, you don't want to be my friend. I don't want to be your friend either. That's fine, because that's what I just said. I don't want to be your friend. And it's perfectly okay. And it is okay. I don't remember where I got these. I don't remember. It's okay. It is okay. Listen to me. It is okay to get rid of toxic people. No, you should not always have a toxic friend around to keep you grounded, to keep you balanced. That's not how friendship works. A toxic friend and a real friend are two different things. A real friend will tell you what's going on with you, but they do it with love. They come to you sitting down one on one. They don't do it out loud. They don't tell everybody else what they're going to say to you before they say it to you. That's not a real friend. Dulesky, I'm trying. I'm trying to speak facts. So you have to say goodbye. It is okay to say goodbye. And I said this yesterday. It's okay for you to say goodbye to a friend and sit by yourself, realize that you're getting yourself together. I've been good. Realize you're getting yourself together, and then you begin to attract better friends. So that brings to my third point. How do we get over it? Right? Because it's going to hurt after a while, because that's been your friend, especially if you've been friends for a while. Thank you, Gingerbread Curls. If you've been friends for a while, it's going to hurt a little bit. Right? I'm good, Small Potato. How are you? Hey, Palin. Okay? It's going to hurt. That's real. It's going to hurt. So what we do is we take our lessons from it. Every time you get out of a failed friendship or a failed relationship, that's not, hey, nappy heads though, that's not a reason for you to just sit back and feel bad, feel like you wasted your time. Hey, Kanaya, you didn't waste your time. There is no wasted time. Lecrae said it like this. He's my favorite gospel rapper. I don't lose, I just get lessons. He said exactly like that. He said, I never had a loss, only lessons. Every failure that everything that you've seen as a failure is really a lesson. It's a way for you to get better at who you are, and a way for you to begin to attract the right people around you, because they are out there. There are people in your class right now that will be the best friend to you. That will be an amazing friend to you. But maybe you looked them over because you wanted to stay over here with the cool kids. Hey, Nanny. You want to stay over here with the cool kids or the funny kids, and you didn't really want to go over there with the quiet kids who always getting A's on their report cards and ain't got no problems. Why is that? Why do we want to stay with the rowdy, crazy kids? Hey, Micah. Why do we want to stay with the rowdy, crazy kids, the ones that's talking about us behind our backs, instead of going over and having a better influence with other people in your class that can help you get better? He makes fun of your weight. You got to get over him. You got to let that go. So step number 3, I want you to make a list. So let's go through the steps again. Once you've identified their toxic friend, we give them a chance to get better. We sit them down. We say, hey, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, and I really don't like it. It really doesn't make me feel good as your friend, and it really doesn't make me feel like I'm your friend. So if they say, have a good day, Zoe. Thank you for coming. If they say, okay, I'm going to get better. Let's say they're a repeat offender. They go back and they continue to do it again and again and again. Then we sit down and we say, remember the conversation we had? I gave you a chance to be better as a friend. You decided not to be better as a friend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away. We're going to take some time apart, or we're just going to not be friends anymore. Step 3 is how we're going to adjust to it and how we're going to get over it and take a lesson from it instead of feeling like a failure. You're not a failure if you have a failed friendship. Okay, you're not a failure if you have a failed friendship. So make a list. 2 things go on that list. First thing, you're going to address how you can become a better friend. What were things in your friendship that you could have changed? Because real talk, and I'll be honest, I'll speak for me, I wasn't always a good friend. I didn't always know how to be a good friend. Okay, so because I didn't know how to be a good friend, many times my friendships were failures. So when they fell apart, I would go back and be like, what? Now, it took me years to do this and to admit that I wasn't a good friend. But it took me a while to sit and say, how could I have been a good friend? Thank you, Naya. How could I have been a better friend to this person? And I want you to write that down. How can you be a better friend, even if you're the innocent party? In what ways could you be a better friend? In what ways could you help empower your friend? How can you get someone to be your friend and then keep them around and keep them going? Hi, Jalea. So I want you to write that down. If you failed at anything when it comes to being a friend, how can you be better? Or if you didn't do a whole lot in your friendship, how can you do more? Second thing on the list, what do you want in a friend? Many of us just take a friendship. We say, oh, we start talking on the first day of school, now we're friends. No, you start talking on the first day of school, now you're associates. Let's let's change the language. Let's change the now. You started talking on the first day of school, you're associates. You worried they're cheating on you. If they're not talking to you anymore. Good. I'm gonna talk about relationships in a minute. All right. So, what do you want in a friend? If you met on the first day of school, what do you like about that person's personality that will make them become a friend to you? Sorry, I got popcorn. Okay, there we go. What do you want in a friend? Do you want them to be kind? Do you want them to be funny? Hey, AJ, do you want them to be quiet? Do you want them to have good grades? Do you want them to be a good influence? Do you want them to, it's your mama, hey, what do you want in a friend? So those are the two things I want you to write down after you have stopped being friends with the toxic friend. Okay. Then number 4, I want you to make yourself available to be a friend to someone else. And that means anybody. So the quiet kid in the classroom, make yourself available to be a friend to them. The kid that may be what people call a nerd, which is not true. People that just may be interested in things that you're not interested in at the time. Open yourself up to be a friend to them. Maybe they're interested in building crazy Lego structures and you've never done that before, but then they come in and you've opened yourself up to be a friend to them, and now they're like, "Hey, you want to come over and build this structure?" Now that's something you're into. And you never know what you'll be into until somebody exposes you to it. So I want you to be open to be somebody's friend, somebody that wouldn't be the norm. Be open to be anyone's friend. And when you first meet, we're associates. As we get to know each other, then we become friends. Somebody being your friend is a privilege. Woo! I just said something, sis, little sis. Being your friend is a privilege. For somebody to have close relationship with you is a privilege. And you have to see it as that. You have to know you're worthy of that, of being able to say, this person being my friend is their privilege. And also, them saying I'm their friend is a privilege for me. Because no, I don't have to allow anybody in, and my friend doesn't have to allow anybody into their circle either. Because when you take somebody on as a friend, you're pulling them into your personal space. You're telling them things you wouldn't tell the world. You're confiding in them. You're looking for them to, okay, tell grandma, say, hey. You're looking for them to bring comfort at times when you need it. You're looking for them to encourage you. So you can't open yourself up to everybody and say, everybody's my friend. No, everybody's not my friend. I have associates and I have friends. And you have to have that mentality. You have to. That it is a privilege to be your friend. For somebody to say, oh, Allyson is my friend, that is a privilege because I don't let everybody in. How do you become less sensitive? You get easily offended and you want to stop. Check why you're getting so offended. And that happens in friendships too. Sometimes you're the problem. And you also have to take these steps. Am I the problem? Is it that somebody says something to me and I'm all of a sudden upset? Like if they're saying it jokingly, or are they really hurting my feelings? Because what I don't want to do, Mia, I don't want you to take away I don't want to take away the validation of what you're really feeling. What to do in a toxic friendship? That's what I'm talking about now, girl. Approach them. If they're toxic, go watch my video on 3 ways that they're toxic. And then we're going to try to resolve it. If they continue to do it, hey, Strawberry, if they continue to do it, we're going to cut them off. And then we're going to write down the lessons that we learned. But you have to check yourself as a friend too. This is not just for the toxic people out there. I'm not saying y'all ain't toxic, because some of y'all could be toxic friends. Real talk. Real talk. I've been a toxic friend before. I'll be transparent. I'll be open. So I have to check myself. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to take away the validation of what you feel, because if somebody's really saying something to you and they keep saying it and they're saying, "Oh, it's just a joke." No, after the fifth time, that's not a joke. After the fifth time, you meant that. So how do we make new friends? Very good. So, how you make new friends, what I talked about in step 4. Make yourself available to be a new friend. So if there's somebody that you see maybe sitting by themselves, maybe they get bullied, approach them, ask them what they like. Step outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, little mama, just follow me. So I want you all to take those steps. Be brave. It is a privilege to be your friend. You are so amazing. People want to get to know you. Like, people want amazing people around them. You're amazing. You have to see yourself as amazing first. You have to see yourself, like I said before, you are worthy of a good friend. So go talk to people, see what they like. That's not saying y'all gonna be friends immediately. Y'all may hit it off and get along and laugh together, but they're still associates until you give them that title. I'll be on live. I don't even know, girl. I'll be on here talking. But let me tell y'all this side note. I'm starting to record my lives, and so I'm gonna start putting my lives on YouTube, so you can come over to YouTube and see them just in case you miss them. That's side note. So next thing, moving over from friendships to relationships. No, it's okay. How do you meet new people? Go out, see what other people like. Hey, Ariana, see what other people like. So if you see somebody and you're interested, maybe like you see me in a store, you like my hair, say, "Girl, I love your hair." I'll be like, "Oh, thank you so much." "Oh, you're welcome. What do you use?" Now we're in a conversation. Then it can flip over to, "Let me get your number. We could check, like we could talk about how to do hair." All right, cool. Now we're texting. We're still associates. How do you stop feeling lonely when you want a boy? Inbox me. So now we're associates. And then as we continue to have conversations, we continue to have things in common, and I open myself up, now we're friends. But it's a privilege to be my friend. So I'm not going to give everybody that title. And it's nothing wrong with you saying that. When you meet someone, "Hey, you want to be friends?" Like the first day of school, "Hey, you want to be friends?" It's a privilege to be my friend. And so I don't really give out the friendship title, but we can keep talking and see if we have things in common. And over time, if I feel like it's a good fit and I want to invite you into my personal space, then I'll do that. But I do want to let you know I don't call everybody friend at first. Boom. Now, let me tell you what that does. That gets rid of people that just want to bring nonsense to your life when you set up boundaries. And this is called boundaries. Many of us don't know how do you say it without sounding cocky. The exact same way I said it. Did I sound cocky? Let me say it the right way. It's not cocky. You correct them. Let me step back, because I didn't say that cocky. Okay. You're confident and you know your boundaries. A lot of things people don't hear about is that word boundaries. Boundaries means I'm only going to let you come so far because I know what I carry. Hey, Bree, I know what I carry. I know how amazing I am. And I don't want anybody around me that's going to make me feel less than what I know I am, or going to try to do that. So it's not cocky. I'm confident and I'm learning to set boundaries, because this is the issue. This is why we're on this live right now, because you have toxic friends around you that you've had to get rid of. But because you didn't know boundaries, you let them in too soon. They got to know too much. They got to know too much of your personal business, and now it's too late to tell them to go. Or now you have to tell them to go, and it's uncomfortable. So right now we're learning lessons. I'm not cocky. I'm confident, and I'm learning to set my boundaries because I've been hurt before. Ooh, that's good. I've been hurt before. And because I've been hurt before, if a friend is ignoring you and push you out of the way, talk to them. My same steps. Try to resolve it. If they do it again, cut them off, learn the lessons, be open to new friends. I'm learning, how do you become an extrovert when you're an introvert? If you're an introvert, be an introvert, and that's okay. That's okay. Accept who you are. Know that you are awesome. If it's people around you that are trying to get you to be an extrovert, we set boundaries and we say goodbye. I want y'all to be confident with saying goodbye. Like if you went and talked to your mom, your dad, your aunties, your cousins, they will all tell you they wish they would have cut people off sooner. That's what they will tell you. I wish I would have cut her off sooner. If you go to your mom and say, Mom, where's your best friend from high school? Her story might sound like this: Girl, I had to cut her off. If you ask me, where are your friends from college? I had to cut them off. Because I was a toxic friend to them and they were toxic friends to me. And it wasn't working and it was not getting better. You want to, let me tell you, you want to know how we fixed our problems? We would not talk for weeks. And then all of us, one day we would be in the same room and we'd be like, Girl, you know you my girl, ha ha ha. And we're friends, but we never addressed the problem. We never addressed the bad things that she said about me. We never addressed the toxic behavior that I was showing towards her and she was showing towards me. So I didn't forget, I didn't heal, I didn't have a chance to move on. These steps right here help you to move on and help you to heal. Inbox me, Barry. Inbox me, Jocelyn. Okay, bye, Queen. Inbox me, Sweet Pearls. Pearl artist. P artist. I think I said that wrong. So I need you when you say to someone, I just want to let you know, like, hey, Hobbs, hey, it's nice to meet you. Oh, it's nice to meet you too. After 5 minutes, girl, you want to be friends? You know what? I've learned that I need to set my boundaries. And so because I learned to set my boundaries, I don't really call everybody friend at first. But after some time, after we get to know each other, then I'd be happy to call you friend if our friendship works out. Well, you sound cocky. No, I'm not cocky. I'm confident and I'm learning to set my boundaries. Inbox me, Sade. That's where we go with that. All right. Moving from friendship to relationships. So I'm going to do this video tomorrow, but I want to say it. How to know a relationship is toxic. Number one, they can never be happy. How do you help? Go tell your parents ASAP. We're going to talk about anxiety too, Micah. Give me some time. Number one, they can never be happy. Number two, they disrespect you. That means verbally, emotionally, physically. Number three, they're very selfish. Number four, they're jealous. Number five, your friends or outside people that aren't your friends, associates, even strangers are concerned for you. That's how you know you're in a toxic relationship. And I'm sure it's like millions more, right? Thanks, Ariana. I'm sure it's millions of other reasons, but these are the reasons I'm going to talk about today. So, first one, they can never be happy. If there's nothing you can do to keep them content and let them know that you're there for them, that you love them, you don't plan on leaving them, if that doesn't exist, you got to go as toxic because you'll always be trying to push yourself to do something for them to be happy. That's toxic. Number two, they disrespect you. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. What I mean by that is there were multiple things that he would say to me that would make me feel terrible. Let me tell you all a story. I told you all a story about me on the bathroom floor. So that was one part. Another part. So inbox me, Jimin, Moonrose Jimin. So we were in his dorm room one night. This is a guy from college. In his dorm room one night, and we were already just not on good terms. And I don't even remember what we got into it about, but I didn't yell, I didn't scream. All of a sudden, he was really upset. Let me side note before I keep going. If you have any questions that don't deal with what I'm talking about right now, inbox me here or on Instagram and I will answer your question. Okay? Do that because I don't want to keep stopping to try to answer. Okay? So we were in his room. Don't even remember what we were arguing about. And all of a sudden, I said something, and I probably said something slick because I had a slick mouth at the time. Hey, strawberry bun. And he yells, he says, well, get out then. So we had this notebook, right, that we were writing notes back and forth to each other. So I go out of the room, and the dorm that we were in had these slow closing doors so you wouldn't smash your fingers. So after I got my stuff and walked out, and mind you, this is on a boys' hallway. It's tons of guys that live in the same hallway that he lives on. So I walk out the door and he slams it. Like these doors are not supposed to slam. He slammed this door behind me. So now I'm walking down the hall. Now people are like opening the doors, like, oh my gosh, what happened? So now I'm super embarrassed. Then this notebook that we had, we were writing notes back and forward to each other. He took the notebook, opened the door back up, and threw it down the hall at me. So now I had to turn around. Hey, Jay, I had to turn around, walk back down this hallway. Mind you, everybody's opening the door, trying to see what's happening. Go get this notebook and go walk shamefully to my room. That was abusive. That was disrespectful. Like to the high, like crazy disrespectful. And I stayed with him after that, y'all. That was so toxic. I stayed with him after that because I didn't know my worth and value. If I knew my worth and value, I probably wouldn't have been in a relationship, period. But if I knew my worth and value, I would have turned back around, knocked on that door and said, you know what? We're done. You not gonna disrespect me. Because I didn't want to be embarrassed. But I didn't know my worth and value at the time. So I just walked down the hallway. Hey, Sarah. I just walked down the hallway and I was very upset. It's all right. I'm good now. I'm good now. I healed. I'm married. Got kids. I'm cool. But if you're experiencing anything like that, that is an abusive relationship. That is a disrespectful relationship. If they're saying things to you that you know you wouldn't want anyone to say to you, it is toxic. I don't care if you love them. I don't care if you like them a lot. I don't care if you're engaged. Excuse me. I don't care if you're engaged. I don't care if you've been together a long time. If they are verbally, physically, emotionally abusing you, you need to go. Period. Because you do not have to tolerate it. Now, say it with me again. I am worthy of a good relationship. Say it again. I am worthy of a good relationship. You do not have to stay in bad and toxic relationships because you think that's what you deserve. Woo! You think that's what you deserve. You do not deserve that. No matter what your past is, no matter what you've gone through, you do not deserve a toxic and terrible relationship. Hey, sis. Yes, and this video will be on YouTube tonight. You do not deserve a toxic relationship. Period. You are worthy of a good relationship. You're worthy of somebody treating you respectfully. That's what you are worthy of that. Period. Inbox me breakout rooms. Inbox me. All right? If they're selfish, so if you are always giving, hey Angie, if you're always giving, and they're always taking, and you feel like there's no giving in return, like small gifts or compliments, or one day you pick up the check, next day he picks up the check. If you always dishing out and you're not getting anything in return, they're selfish, that's toxic. That's toxic. If they're crazy jealous, so every time your male friends text you, you inboxed me yesterday, I got to check. If one of your male friends text you and they say, who is that? Why are you texting him? You don't need to text him no more. You need to cut that up. Boop, boop. Bye. You got to go. Because I got to work with males my whole life. If you're going to be like that over something like this, bye. If a male talks to you, why are you talking to him? What you talking to him for? Bye. Bye. If a guy looks at you and it wasn't your fault, and you get home, you need to put on some better clothes because I don't want people out here looking at you like that. Ooh, bye. Hey, Monica. Hey, Aaliyah. Bye. I'm not going to change the way I dress because a man can't control his eyes. Not my problem. Sorry I look good. Psych, I'm not sorry. Sorry you're jealous. Sorry you're insecure. Okay, so if you're experiencing any of that, cut it off. If your friends... Inbox me, Jack. If your friends are concerned for you. So there was a time, same boyfriend, right? Crazy. Same boyfriend. We were going on a trip. I was in the choir. You got attention, Monica. Get it together. So on the bus, and my boyfriend said something really crazy. Same boyfriend. He said something to me really crazy. I can't even remember what it was. He said something to me real crazy, something real reckless. And I just let it slide off because I had gotten to the point I was accepting his toxic behavior. And my friend, and somebody, it wasn't even a friend, somebody that I was associates with came up to me and was like, Allyson, I'm concerned for you. And I was like, why? And they were like, you just gonna let him talk to you like that? I was like, it's fine. He's just upset. No, nobody should talk reckless to you no matter how they're feeling. And if I'm the first one to tell you that, that is the truth. Inbox me, Sade. Sade. They were like, Allyson, we're concerned because he's yelling at you, he's raising his voice at you, and we're afraid that the next step could be him putting his hands on you. So if anybody, friend, non friend, associate, family member, is approaching you and saying, I'm nervous with you in that relationship because he doesn't seem like he has a lot of control, or I'm nervous because of how he talks to you. If that is the case, hey, Megan, you need to get out because somebody is seeing something you don't see yet. Okay. So, how do we let go of a toxic relationship? I'm going to tell you. Step number one, same as step number one and step number two with friendships. Try to resolve it. Give them a chance. Say, hey, boo, I really don't like it when you call me that name. If he calling your name, period, you need to get out. But anyway, I really don't. He may just be used to that. That may be a habit or a pattern. So we're gonna break it. We're not gonna keep letting it go on. Hey, boo, I don't really like when you talk to me like that. Hey, I don't really like when we come home and somebody looked at me and you saw him and you blame me. Do you realize that's not my fault? Or hey, babe, I really don't like that. I don't really feel like you're giving as much as I'm giving in this relationship. And these are the reasons why. If they say to you, you know what, babe, you right, and I'm glad you came to me with this. That's what we hope they'll say. And we hope they'll change. So step one, we give them a chance to change. Step two, if they are a repeat offender, which means they continue to do it after you've had the conversation, they continue to be toxic, they continue to call you names, they continue to be verbally, emotionally, or physically abusive to you after you have addressed them and told them to stop, it's time to go. It's time to go because you are worthy of a good relationship. You're worthy of somebody that talks to you with love and compassion in their voice. Inbox me, Vanny, if it's something you want to say. Okay? So if they're a repeat offender, we're going to cut them off. And we're going to approach them. You can send them a text. You can write them a letter. You can mail them a letter. You can send a little bird to take them a message. You can send them an email. You can send them a TikTok message, whatever you got to do. But we're going to let them know, hey, I told you that I didn't like that you did this. You continue to do it anyway. I'm going to honor how I feel because that's what's true to me. And I'm going to go ahead and back out of this relationship. Inbox me, Lil Mama. I'm going to back out of this relationship because that's what's best for me. Hey, William, that's what's best for me. So I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to go. Okay. Hey, Avery. And then you go. You go. And I don't care how long you've been with them. I don't care if you love them. I don't care if you're engaged. I don't care if you've been together forever. For most of your life, they're your high school sweetheart. Don't care. If you tell them that the way they make you feel isn't good, if you tell them that the things that they're saying to you make you feel a certain type of way and they don't respect that, and they continue to do it again. See, this is the issue I have with that. I'm going to be open. The issue I have is I told you how I felt. You told me you love me. I told you I loved you. You said you care for me. I said I care for you. So when I bring something to your attention and you say okay, to me, we're talking about letting go of bad friendships, relationships, and you say okay, and then you do it again, to me, you're doing that on purpose. Unless after you do it, you say, I'm sorry. And you say, I'm working on it. That's a different situation. If you're saying, I'm sorry, then and you're saying, I'm working on it, then I know that you're trying to beat a habit. But if you continue to do it, and you continue to do it, and you continue to do it, and you continue to do it, I'm going to think you're doing it on purpose. I'm going to think you're disrespectful. You're disrespecting my space. And because it is a privilege to be someone that I love, because it's a privilege to be someone that I'm dating, because it's a privilege to say that you're with me, I'm going to say bye. And I'm going to go. Okay? Step number 3, after you have told them how they make you feel, giving them a chance to fix it, and then they continue to do it again, they're a repeat offender, and you let them go, I want you to get rid of everything that reminds you of them. Every gift, the ring for my engaged ladies or anybody want to be engaged. Hey, Paris. I want you to get rid of any gifts, the teddy bears, the t-shirts, the cologne, the pictures, the text messages. Get rid of all of it. Why? Because if you don't, it will be a constant reminder and you'll continue to question your decision. But once we've established that they're toxic, we don't need to have any other questions about it. And once I've given you the chance to change and you're still the same, there are no more questions. I don't need to question this again. And see, many times I call them relics, right? The relics or the reminders or the leftover or the evidence of the relationship, those have an emotional factor. So if I break up with you and I'm already feeling sad, and then I see this plant, he gave me this plant. Did I make a bad decision? Yeah, baddie. Did I make a bad decision? Should I go back? And then what do I do next? I'm going to pick up my phone. I think I made a bad decision. Can we talk? Or we say, hey, boo, you up? Nope. We're going to get rid of the relic. I'm going to throw that plant in the trash. I'm going to delete the number. I'm going to block the number. I'm going to delete all the cute text messages you sent me, all the screenshots that I saved, every picture that we took together, delete, 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 delete. Every TikTok that we recorded, delete, 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 delete. Every picture on Instagram of us doing challenges and stuff together, delete, delete. I'm going to get rid of all of it because I don't need to think about you. I don't need to see your face. I don't need to do any of that. Because I don't want any emotional thing in me that's attached to gifts, attached to stuff. Hey, I don't want none of that stuff to be attached to me. So that way, when I'm having a low moment, because they will come in breakups, you're having a low moment. Hey, Rainbow, you're having a low moment. In that low moment, I don't need you to go back. Because we already established the 5 ways I gave you that they're toxic and they're no good for you. So why are you going to keep going back to something that's no good for you because you have an emotional moment? No, we're going to get rid of any possible emotional moments. I'm going to delete you on social media. I'm going to block you on social media. I'm going to get rid of everything that reminds me of you. If it's a song, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want to hear it on Spotify. I'm taking it off my playlist. There was one song a guy I used to date. We used to sing it together. It was My Boo by Alicia Keys and Usher. No, when that song come on the radio, click. I can listen to it now, but before, click. I don't need a reminder. My first boyfriend, the one that I was intimate with for the first time, the 3rd year, he was like, well, you never forget your first. Who don't? Who don't forget their first? Bye. Guess what I had to do? After I graduated and I didn't have to see his face no more. Delete, delete, delete. I don't want no evidence that we was together. I don't want to see that we were together. I don't want to even sit up and say to myself, oh, I'm thinking about my first. Nope, I'm not thinking about my first at all, period. Because you were toxic. I didn't need to be with you. I made that decision. And that's what I need you to know. Once you make that decision that they are toxic, you told them they're toxic, they continue to be toxic. If they find you but a different account, block, delete. After I've made the decision for myself that I deserve better, I'm not going back. Hey, Ashley, I'm not going back. And in my weak moments, I don't need to go reminisce. If I get rid of every memory, I get rid of every reminiscing thought, then I don't have to go back because I don't remember. I don't want to sit at the park and be like, oh, we used to go to the park. Hey, silly. Oh, we used to go to the park. Let me find that picture. And if I pull it up and I can't find it, there goes the memory. If I say to myself, it's fall. Oh, I wish I had that sweatshirt. Let me go find that sweatshirt. And you don't have the sweatshirt? Boom, memory gone. Find another sweatshirt, keep moving on with your life. Get rid of the reminders. Get rid of them. We don't need to reminisce. I don't need to reminisce with you. I don't need to go back in time with you. And even if he try to text you, hey, remember that one time? Nope, I don't. It's gone. He shouldn't even be texting you. No way. No way. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay, that's step 3. Step 4, we're going to make another list. Okay, how can I be a better girlfriend? How can I be a better fiance for the next person that comes along? Because you're worthy of a good relationship. So you want to make sure that you're ready. One thing I did before I got married, before I even met my husband, I started, hey, Charlie fan page, I started to readjust my mindset around having a husband. Because at the time, I said to myself, I'm going to start preparing my life. And I was in my 20s. You ain't got to do this now. um, but when I was in my 20s, I said, I'm ready to start being approachable by men for me to become a wife. So I began to change my mindset. I had to get rid of some of the toxic mindsets I had when it came to relationships and toxic mindsets that I had when it came to being in a relationship and adjust them so that they were healthy by the time my husband came. And that's what I did. I had to readjust my mindset. So after you have a breakup, you want to adjust your mindset. How can I be a better girlfriend? What were the things I was expecting in a relationship? Are those toxic to expect, or should I expect them in a relationship? So holding a door, somebody being polite, somebody speaking to you with kind words, somebody giving to you, somebody wanting to serve, somebody wanting to be there for you, not just be there physically, but also be there mentally and emotionally. Now saying he gotta buy me the next Gucci bag every time it come out. Stop. Or saying he gotta have all the new J's every time they come out. Stop. How did I figure out what were my toxic traits? That's a good question. How did I, by random fury, how did I figure out my toxic traits? Okay, one of the things that I had to do. So, one thing I did, I made a list of stuff I wanted in a guy. Right, so I had silly stuff on there. He got to be this height. He got to graduate from. He got to graduate with this GPA. He got to wear these clothes. He got to have this hair. He got to do all of this. That's what I said. A friend said to me, God wants you to go back and remake that list with him. And when I went back, because in the Bible, it talks about how a husband should love the wife as he loves the church. And so I had to go in and analyze, well, how did Jesus treat us? How did Jesus treat his people? He died for them. He was loyal to them. He gave up his life for them. He spoke to them with kind words. So that was something that I had to do. Another thing that I did, I had to go through, and when there were arguments, so I went back and I analyzed arguments. Okay, was I being petty? Because this is the thing, you know, when you're being petty, if you can identify toxic traits in other people, those same toxic traits, go and examine yourself. So if, hey, NL, who somebody know my Miss Robinson, I don't know who that is. So if I know that if I know somebody's petty towards me because they start fights, I need to ask myself, have I started fights? Okay, if somebody is speaking to me with unkind words and I know that that's a toxic trait, I have to ask myself, were there times that I was speaking with unkind words? And this is with relationship and friendships. Ask yourself, hi Nelly, I miss you, girl. Ask yourself, what am I doing some of the same things that I'm willing to leave them for? And if so, still leave, but then analyze yourself. How can I be better? How can I stop talking with negative words? How can I stop starting fights? How can I stop being rude? How can I stop being petty? So you want to take those traits on as well. You want to examine yourself against some of those same traits. Okay? So after you made a list of things you can do to improve, then ask yourself, what do I want in a significant other? What do I want my next boyfriend to be like? Do I want him to treat me with respect? Walter the dog, I'm gonna need you to stop or I'm gonna have to block you. I am starting, well, I have a YouTube, but these videos will go up my YouTube now. Okay. There isn't any non lukewarm Christians at my school. How do I find them? It's a good question. They're there. They're there. You just have to seek them out. So you have to examine yourself, and then you examine the other person. What do you want next in a boyfriend? Now, I'm not entertaining boyfriend because I think all y'all need to be waiting. If you ain't, thank you, Sydney. If you ain't older and you ain't got no degrees and you ain't following your dreams yet, you don't need a little boy. Trust me, boys come and go. Okay, so you really need to entertain it. But if you're gonna entertain it, because y'all be doing what y'all want to do anyway. Okay, this big sis talking. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway. um, Map out what you want and make that be known. So same thing with the friend, like I talked about before. And once again, I'm not cocky, I'm confident, and I'm setting boundaries. I'm also preventing myself from wasting time. Do you wait till you finish studying? That's Talk to your parents first. That's what I'm gonna say first. After that, I would say travel the world, see a whole bunch of stuff first. Okay. What I would say is, if you're gonna entertain it, um, you let people know. So if a guy likes you and he's like, "Hey, I like you. Like, we should date." Hey, I appreciate you for telling me that. I thank you. I acknowledge that. Thank you for that. But I don't give that title and I don't give my attention to someone without really examining our friendship first and seeing if we should take it to the next level. So let's see what we're like as friends first, and then maybe we could take it to the next level because it's a privilege to date me. And y'all think that sounds so cocky, but that is so confident, and that sets good boundaries, and it also prevents you from wasting time. Some of y'all in my inbox, how do I get by, Emma? How do I get over so and so? But you wouldn't even have to get over so and so if you set boundaries and you didn't waste your time. If you saw a clown from a mile away and you don't like clowns, you will go the other way. So why not set up things in place? You can identify a clown by the makeup it wears. You can identify a clown by what you say that you would like in a relationship, and if they don't meet that criteria, then they have to go somewhere else. Hey, Schnapple. So I'm gonna not waste my time. I'm letting you know these are my boundaries because I don't believe in wasted time. Now we can talk, we can text, nothing inappropriate, nothing going beyond my boundaries. But we can talk, we can text, we can exchange information, we can talk about things that we like. Sure, why not? Yes, I reply. We can do all of those things. And then maybe if you're worthy, then we can date. Because us dating is taking it to another level. That's a new level of exposure to me and a new level of access to me. And because I'm so amazing, I'm not giving everybody access to me because I don't need nobody. No, you're fine, relatable. Bye, Ashley. I don't need nobody in my space that's going to talk down about me, that's going to try to stop me from being who I am. I'm on a journey. You're joining me on this journey. If I feel like you're weighing me down, I will let you go from this journey. Hey, hey. And set those boundaries. It will save you heartache. It will save you time. If you have a job and you're buying gifts, it will save you money. Hey, Roblox Cookie. All of those things will be stopped and be saved for you to spend on yourself. If you go ahead and identify the clowns, and then you go ahead and you say, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not going to entertain you. Bye, Jalea. Okay? So I need you to know that. They be dating for 2 days and they already married. You're right. It happens. And it's because of what society tells us about relationships. It's because of what we seen on Instagram and YouTube and the cute little YouTube couples. Oh, I want to be in a cute relationship like that. Stop. 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 It's not worth it. Take it from Big Sis. It is not worth it. If I could have saved my time, saved my money, saved my energy, and not dated the clowns I dated in the past, I would do it. and save myself for my husband, save my energy for myself to put into the things that I love to do and not have to entertain somebody, not have to worry about if I'm stealing somebody else's shine, not have to worry about if I got on the right clothes, if they want me to dress a certain way. What? I don't have to, I don't want to worry about that. Hey, just Roblox. I don't want to have to worry about that. And if I don't have to, I won't. And that's what I'm telling you to do. You don't have to deal with that. You can go ahead and set boundaries in place. And then once you set those boundaries in place, then you understand your value and your worth because you're amazing. Inbox me, Battle of Star Court. You understand your worth and your value. And so when people come your way and they want to date you, you say, I don't give everybody access to me like that. So you have to earn that. And we can talk and we can text and we can see if you earn that. And if you don't, then we can remain friends. If you do, then that is a privilege. It's a privilege to date me. Girl, go take that test. Hey, Monet. All right. Last step, 5, be by yourself for a while. After you have overcome heartbreak, getting out of a toxic relationship, there is some healing that you need to do. Is there a way you can make out easier? Stop making out with these random dirty people. Okay. No, I'm just that it could make out easy. I don't know. All right. Stay by yourself. And the reason I say that is because you want to heal. You want to let go of the things maybe they said that rehearse over and over in your mind. You got death threats. You need to tell somebody, report that ASAP, especially your parents. Tell your parents ASAP. Oh, make it. Make what? Make it easier. I'm not sure what you're saying. So what you want to do is you want to begin to heal. You want to say to yourself, that last relationship was not good for me. Monet, inbox me. That last relationship was not good for me. Because it was not good for me, what I need to do is I need to heal. Tell some mom, go report that. Go report that to your mom or somebody ASAP because that's important. You want to set yourself aside, get to know and love yourself better. Because once you get to know and love yourself better, setting those boundaries in place is so much easier. Because you say, I love myself enough to not deal with foolishness. I love myself enough where I don't have to go through drama and ex girlfriends and whatever else just for somebody to say they love me. I'm not doing that because I love myself too much. I love myself too much to do that. And if I love me, and loving me looks like this, I care for me, I say positive words to myself, I pray for myself, I take myself out, I treat myself every once in a while. If that's what loving me looks like, but your love for me doesn't look like that, then we don't need to mix. Because I love me too much and I've learned too much about myself to get in a relationship with a clown, to waste my time, waste my talent, waste my treasure, waste my money. I'm not doing all of that. Waste my phone minutes, whatever I got. So I want you to, I'm going to put this on YouTube. If you ever feeling like, what do I do about a toxic friend, toxic relationship? Go watch this video again because this is important. You have to know your value and your worth. You have to know, like I say before, you have to say, there is no one like me. There never was, and there never will be. Watch the video. I'm gonna post a replay on YouTube. Thomas, last name Thomas, Quilanda Thomas. You have to know how amazing you are, that you are a rare jewel, that you are irreplaceable, that you are one of a kind, literally. I'm not going to say it like that, Alyssa. You have to know that about yourself. Who has summoned me, inbox me so we can talk about it. Once you understand how amazing you are, You will not keep putting yourself in toxic situations to mess with your mindset about what you know about yourself. So I'm not going to know. I'm not going to fight my way to know based on what social media tells me. I'm going against the grain here to say I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm one of a kind, I'm rare. I'm going against what the world is telling me. Because the world is telling me I need to be a certain shape, my hair has to be a certain color, my eyes have to be a certain color, I have to wear a certain type of shoes and certain type of clothes to be amazing. And that is a lie. So now that I have to reprogram my thinking and get to the point where I know I'm beautiful because I'm rare. I'm amazing because I'm one of a kind. There's no one out there like me. Once I have that ingrained in my mind, why am I going to put myself in a friendship or a relationship that tells me the opposite after I just fought to retell myself the truth? That don't make sense, Lil Sis. That don't make no sense. I'm not going to fight to get my mind right. I'm not going to fight against what social media and the internet tells me. I'm not going to do this fight and get to the point where I won the fight and then put myself back in a situation where somebody's going to try to put me back in the same mentality I just fought to get out of. No, I will be friendless and relationshipless until I get to the right people, until I meet the right person, period. Do not keep putting yourself back in that same situation. Donald Trump inboxed me. I'm not going to do it because the fight to understand that I'm amazing is hard when the internet is telling me that I am not. The fight to tell myself that I'm one of a kind, that I'm amazing is hard because of what the world is telling me. The world is telling me that I need 10K followers, 100,000 followers, 1,000,000 likes for somebody to like me, for me to be approved. And that is a lie. It is a lie, period. If you don't get nothing else from this live tonight, get that in your mind. It don't matter what the internet is telling you. It is a lie. You are amazing. You're one of a kind. Nobody on this planet is like you. There never was anybody like you, and there never will be anybody like you, period. People pay millions of dollars to buy a one of a kind shoe because everybody crowds around it. Oh, this shoe is so amazing. Oh, this painting is so amazing. It's so amazing. You have to understand that that is you too. You are in the same boat. You are amazing. You are beautiful, one of a kind beauty. There will never be beauty seen like you ever again for all time. I don't care the research that you do, the little stone images in caves. Nobody looks like you, and that is what makes you amazing. That is what makes you powerful, period. Once you finally fight to get that, like it took me years to get that. It took me years. It's not going to take you years because I'm telling you right now, I gave you affirmations for you to practice right now. You going to get this ASAP. And once you get it, we're not inviting nobody in the door that tries to tell you the opposite, period. I don't care how cute they are. I don't care how rich they are. I don't care how many friends they got. I don't care how many likes they got. I don't care how many followers they got. I don't care how many shares they got. I don't care how much money they getting from social media. I don't care what YouTube channel they got, how viral they went. It don't matter. If they don't believe that you're amazing, they got to stay out the door. Because I'm going to set boundaries. Because I understand my value. I understand that to know me is a privilege. To be my friend is definitely a privilege. To even be my boyfriend, my fiance, married to me, oh, that's a privilege, honey. That's a privilege. And you gonna know why it's a privilege because I know what I bring to the table. I know I bring amazingness to the table. I know I bring a beautiful smile to the table. I know I bring joy to the table. I know that when you get in my presence, you're not going to walk away feeling down. You're going to walk away feeling empowered. That's what I bring to the table. My intellect comes to the table. My creative abilities come to the table. That's what I bring. And if you can't appreciate it, and if you can't enjoy it, and you can't love on it, then you don't have access to me. There's no access. You not getting it because I'm not inviting that bad energy, them bad vibes around me. Period. Not gonna happen. Okay? Quick recap, and then we're gonna get off. So if you're in a bad friendship, ways to let it go. First, if you've identified that it's toxic, go watch my video. Talk about 3 ways to know it's toxic. I'm gonna do a toxic relationship tomorrow. If you identify that it's toxic, right? First thing you want to do is you want to give that friend a chance to get better. Because we want to give people chances because we want chances to get better. We give them a chance. We tell them what bothers us. We tell them what we don't like. If they don't take that on and they don't say, okay, I'm gonna change, or at least if they make the mistake, they don't identify they're making the mistake, then what we do next is we identify them as a repeat offender. And we approach them and we say, hey, I told you I didn't like that. You still did it. So we need to take a break as friends, or we just don't need to be friends at all. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to make a list of the ways I was a bad friend, how I can improve in my next friendship, and what were the things that they did that I didn't like, and what do I want in a new friend. Okay, that's a list I'm gonna make. Then I'm gonna make myself available to new friendships. I'm gonna go and talk to people that I may not normally talk to. If somebody is doing something that I'm interested in, I'm gonna approach them and I'm gonna talk to them about it though. I'm gonna talk to them about it. If you're in a toxic relationship, I'll put this video up tomorrow. Once you identify that it is toxic, the first thing you want to do, like I said before, give them a chance to get better. Tell them what they're doing wrong that you don't like that's toxic. If they become a repeat offender and they continue to do it, you want to address them, say it to them, be nice. You can say it in a text, say it in a letter, whatever you want to do. Hey, I told you I didn't like that. You continue to do that. I don't appreciate it. I feel disrespected. I don't feel honored. And I know that it is a privilege to be with me. I know that I am worthy of a good relationship. You're not giving me that right now. Because you're not giving me that right now, we have to part ways. Then I'm going to make a list. How could I have been a better girlfriend? How could I have been a better fiance? Even if you're married and you got a divorce, how could I have been a better wife? Because there are always ways we can improve. Nobody's perfect in the things that we do. There are always ways we can improve. And then also on that list, what do I want in my next significant other? What do I want in my next boyfriend? What do I want in my next fiance? What do I want in my next husband? Write those down. Know them. Understand them. And then 4, I'm going to take time for myself to heal from the heartbreak. I'm going to take time for myself to heal from the words that they said to me, and remind myself that I am amazing. Remind myself that I am worthy of a good relationship. All right? This will be on YouTube, y'all. If you caught the end of it, if you didn't catch the beginning of it, whatever. But thank y'all for joining me. I always love talking to y'all. Remember, if you have any questions that did not apply to what I talked about tonight, make sure you are. My favorite color is cerulean. Make sure you follow me. I'm in a process of following everybody back. TikTok has limits on how many people I can follow within a certain amount of time. So I'm going through and I'm trying to follow everybody back. If you send me messages, I'm doing my best to go through every single one. Like I'm telling y'all, this is not bragging. I went from 200 followers to over 7,000 in 3 days. So I am literally trying to go back and add everybody, respond to everybody, or respond to everybody's message as best as I can. If I haven't gotten to you, it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm rejecting you. It's because I probably haven't even seen it yet. Being fully transparent. And this is not brag. I'm not bragging at all. I'm so humbled that I have so many people following me and listening to me on a daily basis. Like, y'all don't understand. I've cried about this multiple times. Thank God for it multiple times. Like, I'm gonna get to you, I promise. Okay. And if you can't reach me on TikTok, my Instagram is on my profile too. So try to contact me over on Instagram because my inbox is not as full over there. And I will do my best to answer your question. But before we get off, as I did yesterday, I definitely want to pray for you. Okay. And if you don't believe in God, you can leave. I'm not offended at all, period. But God, my relationship with God helped me to get through some really bad breakups, helped me to understand my worthiness, helped me to understand who I was. And so if anybody out there is looking for that missing piece, I definitely want to share because I found out that was my missing piece. All right. Father God, and right now in the name of Jesus, I pray for every listener, everybody that's going to hear the replay on YouTube. God, I pray for them right now in the name of Jesus, from the tops of their head to the soles of their feet. I decree and I declare that they are amazing and that they will know it, that they are rare and that they will know it, that they are one of a kind and that they will know it, that they will understand that you handcrafted them from the top of the head to the soles of their feet. Every hair is counted. Every ear shape was specifically created just for her. And I want her to know that in the name of Jesus. Right now, God, I pray that you will reveal to them. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I pray you reveal to them every single toxic friend and every single toxic relationship that they are in, that they will identify it, know it for themselves, and begin to make their exit strategy. I pray that even when they give their friend a chance, that if they are a good friend that you have ordained for them to have, their friend will change. But if they do not change, Lord, make it easy for them to be able to leave. Make it easy for them to say goodbye. Make it easy for them to part ways and to get rid of any relics from any relationships that they are in, so that it doesn't continue to remind them and attach them emotionally to go back. I decree and declare they will never go back to another toxic friend or another toxic relationship unless that person has changed and unless that person is who they are supposed to be and who they are supposed to be in their life. I decree and I declare, hi, I'm an idiot. I decree and I declare right now in the name of Jesus that their mentality will change about who they are. They will know who they are. They will trust who they are, and they will keep walking forward in who you have called them and destined them to be. And if anybody tries to come in their space, if anybody tries to come around them that's bringing nothing but negativity, that's bringing nothing but words to tear them down, I decree and I declare they will get out in Jesus' name. I decree and I declare the boundary will be so heavy that they won't even be able to get in. They won't even have access to them. In the name of Jesus, I cut off access of every toxic friend and every future toxic friend, every toxic relationship and every future toxic relationship in the name of Jesus. And I pray over them sweet sleep. I pray you give them peace. I pray you show them your love, shower them with your love in the name of Jesus. Amen. I love y'all. I plan to be back tomorrow again. I'm not sure my topic yet. I think I'll talk about moms tomorrow because I was going to talk about that today, but that changed. But unless y'all like keep sending, the reason I pick certain topics is because I keep getting the same questions about the same things. And I'm like, I need to do a live. So if I get more questions about the same topic, I would definitely do a live on it. If not, I'm going to do a live on moms. All right. I love y'all. I love you, Lil Sis. If you know anybody need to be connected to me, you know they need some encouragement, send them my way. Shorty swing my way. No, I'm just kidding. All right, peace. I love y'all.